All right, then, welcome back. Now, we've been joined by MUIDEEN Adetunji. Now, MUIDEEN is a philanthropist. He is passionate about creating financial freedom to empower the youth. And today, he's going to be talking a little bit about nation building and youth development. Welcome to the show.
Good morning. How are you?
Well, I have to ask you how this journey began. Talk to us about your story.
Okay. I started by a normal Nigerian. I was born and brought up in Mushin local government, precisely Ladipo, into a polygamous family, of course. And while growing, it was tough on the streets there. And eventually, I moved to Oduduwa Secondary School, same in Mushin. And I ended up graduating from Ofagama School in Kwara State.
Okay.
After which I proceeded to Federal University of Technology, Mina, Niger State. I graduated as a BTech in microbiology.
Okay.
But eventually, as life goes on, I remember when I was 7, I won the Outstanding Entrepreneur because, of course, while I was doing my youth call service, I was also doing other petty businesses to survive. And after that, I worked briefly in a telecommunication company, and after which I started my own business, and today we are here.
Okay, so now your journey is one that's, well, we could say it's a little similar to a lot of things that other youth are going through. But thankfully, you came out on top and you decided to give back. So let's hear about the reason why you decided to do this.
Okay, of course, then I noticed something that is peculiar to every Nigerian youth. Sometimes we give up quickly and we blame people for whatever hardship that we are actually facing.
Okay.
Not forgetting the fact that, and truly, tough time creates hard men, and hard men creates easy time, and easy time creates weak men, okay? So sometimes if you're actually designed to be great, you might experience some difficulties either while growing up or while trying to make ends meet. And it's all the normal life process. And until we accept that, we might not be moving from the stage we are to another level.
Okay. So how have you been able to, help the youth so far understand what you've learned?
Wow. So like when I was in school, when I was in university, I remember that during my 500 level, while people are actually waiting to get a job after graduation, I was already creating a financial freedom for myself by selling some petri dishes, lab apparatus. And I remember back then my mates would be like, so this is what you want to end up using your own BTech to do. I said, oh, of course, we all understand that the country we have, one way or the other, is in a mess, quote and unquote. So it's better for us to start preparing now. See, when we get on like getting outside and getting to face the reality. So I prepared while I was in school, and I always encourage my fellow youths to at least take the bull by the horn and do something meaningful with their life, even while there are a lot of challenges out there.
So, it's one thing to want to empower people. It's another thing for people to actually want to accept that you're trying to empower them. We've also seen a lot of people feel like they're entitled whenever people come to say they want to help them. You might even see some people offer them 10 naira and they will say, is this all that you're giving me? How have you been able to balance it out and make it work? Okay,
so for me, with the way we were brought up, we were not trained to feel entitled to anything. We see whatever our parents give us as being privileged to it, not because we are entitled to it.
Okay.
And the same thing I tell majority of the people I come across and tell them that you don't have to wait for things. And funny enough, people that are actually employable are not actually looking for employment.
Okay.
People that are looking for employment are not employable. When you look at average Nigerian youth, check every day, you see people posting vacancy here, there.
Yeah.
Ask yourself, have you actually developed yourself to a point of meeting up to get this job and what have you? But this entitlement feeling, somebody wants to sit in his house or in a house and feel comfortable that I should be here and get the knowledge I needed to get this job. This entitlement thing, and it doesn't work that way. You just have to feel like nobody owes you anything. Whatever that anybody gives you is a privilege. So if you're determined and somebody is actually coming to empower you, like somebody that already determined wants to go into tailoring, and you're actually coming to give that person a sewing machine. Of course, he or she already have the determination of doing that thing.
Yeah.
But if that person doesn't feel like doing such, and you are empowering such person, you will still be the one to have to motivate the person, tell the person why. It's a lot of difficult work, and this is what is happening mostly. When they say you empower a youth, eventually they get whatever you used to empower them, either sell it off or use it for something meaningless. So these are the problems.
I have to ask how many people you've been able to work with, and the number of people you've been able to work with. What are the responses you've gotten from those you've been able to help? It's wonderful.
I wish you can actually come to my domain and you see a lot of young Nigerians doing very great. It's this common thing that is happening lately that they call us a sudden celebrity, the POS operator. I think I started with just one shop to about having 60-something thereabouts, and eventually I moved ahead to another thing, and eventually I moved into politics and all. So they are countless, of course, because maybe probably I've empowered like 250 people that have empowered about another 250, so the chain is very long, and the reason why at a point we felt like, okay, let us also go into politics. Maybe we can right the wrong, and that is why we are here today, and it has been wonderful so far.
So let's talk about the areas that you're still working in. I know that you hail from Mushin, Ladipo side. I'm wondering which areas you decided to focus on. Did you decide to stay in that area, or have you sort of spread?
Yeah, I've moved out from Ladipo long ago.
Okay.
My father is the former Baboja of Katangua Market, and I reside in Alagbado now. Okay. So I think my tentacles is across Alagbado now, not Mushin any longer. Okay. So, and it has been a wonderful journey so far. If I should start telling you how we started, and in the next 5 hours we'll still be here.
I can imagine.
Yeah, so,
I can imagine.
So I'm just trying to make it as brief as possible. But then I think the major encouragement is this: if you're going to talk about developing youths, we should also be determined to do the needful, right? Nation building, we should be determined to do the needful. Nobody's going to give you something on a platter of gold, right? And like you said, nation building is a process. It doesn't just happen. Overnight. It's not just acquiring nation, it's building, right? You have to start from the foundation to a certain level, But majority of the youth just want to come and get it on a platter of gold. It doesn't work that way.
I have to say a big thank you for coming to speak to those same youth right now, probably watching right now and seeing someone just like themselves who has been able to, climb the ladder and is still hoping to empower many others. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, you're welcome.
All right, hopefully you young people can take a note from that story. Use our hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC if you have any comments and contributions.